The news that popular actor and comedian Jamie Foxx had suffered an awful medical emergency recently shook the entertainment industry. Fans worldwide held their breath as facts about the tragedy remained scant, with many speculating what may have happened. What happened to the gifted performer? Corinne Foxx, Foxx's own daughter, broke the shocking news first, leaving the world waiting for updates on his condition. Everyone is wondering how Jamie Foxx is doing these days. Is he on the mend, or is his health more critical than we first thought? Let's get started and learn more about this horrific occurrence. Jamie Foxx was totally well and working hard on the set of his film just a week ago. He made a video in which he expressed his gratitude to the supporters who supported his work and tuned in to see his show. He was eager to keep working and producing his finest work in order to repay the people for their unwavering support and affection. What he didn't realize was that only a week later, he'd be fighting for his life. Jamie Foxx's 29-year-old daughter, Corinne Foxx, uploaded a photo on Instagram that drove followers into a frenzy. Corinne stated that Jamie had experienced a significant medical issue without any prior warning or indicator. "We wanted to share that my father, Jamie Foxx, experienced a medical complication yesterday," she wrote. This quickly drove supporters into a frenzy, but Corinne was tight-lipped about the specifics of Jamie's health emergency. Is this a heart attack? Was it a mistake? Her post left a lot to be desired. Corinne did, however, inform everyone that her father was already on his path to recovery. Whatever the problem was with him, it had been dealt with quickly. Corinne further stated that the family has asked for privacy at this difficult time. Fortunately, due to quick action and great care, he is already on his way to recovery, she added. Jamie was in wonderful health only a few days ago. He was, in fact, working harder than ever on his current film, Back in Action. The shooting for the Netflix film was taking place in Atlanta, and Jamie was ecstatic about the prospect. Cameron Diaz even agreed to be a part of the project. In case you missed it, Cameron Diaz stepped out of retirement for one last film after nearly a decade away on the big screen. Her old friend Jamie Foxx managed to persuade her, albeit the contents of their conversation were not made public. Jamie was feeling tremendously ambitious about his new film, Back in Action, but then a mystery medical issue occurred during production. According to reports, Jamie was brought to the hospital right away and is still there more than a week later. Corinne's private Instagram post didn't reveal much about the event, which has further piqued people's interest. There have been allegations that Jamie had a stroke. However, his friends and family have yet to confirm this. Many people believe this was because of Jamie's extremely stressful filming days. Being back in action seems to be having a substantial impact on both his emotional and physical well-being. Everything had devolved into turmoil, and Cameron announced her retirement again halfway through production. Unfortunately, the film was not going as Jamie had hoped, and it appears that his frustrations boiled over last month when he had a full-fledged meltdown on set and fired multiple people. This tale demonstrates how bad the filming was going, and to everyone's astonishment, it wasn't even the worst of it. Jamie was almost duped out of $41,000 in connection with the purchase of a Rolex luxury watch. Then last month, filming was halted due to the discovery of a World War II bomb that had not yet exploded on the London set by the production team. If it wasn't enough to push Jamie over the line, the bomb threat did the trick. With all of this evidence, doesn't a stroke seem like the most reasonable explanation? But there is one thing that does not make sense. Why would Corinne be so cautious to discuss Jamie's stroke if it was caused by work stress? When Jamie's publicist was queried about what transpired following the article, he refused to offer any hint of what triggered the health crisis. He mentioned nothing more than what was posted at this time. This makes us wonder if Jamie's substance misuse has anything to do with this health crisis. It's no secret that Jamie Foxx struggled with addiction. Jamie became open when discussing Kanye West's public meltdowns, revealing that he had once been in Kanye's shoes. What a fantastic situation. Jamie's life has been a succession of heartbreaking hardships. He was only able to keep his head above water at the most difficult periods due of his family and close friends. Even when he experienced many breakdowns, Jamie took comfort in the arms of his loved ones and kept them hidden from the public light. However, when he was 18, a single incident left him permanently scarred. It was like a living nightmare that he couldn't get out of his head for years. That experience transformed him. Jamie began to see reality through a whole new lens becoming highly apprehensive and always on edge. Even in his own house, he felt as though he was continuously battling some unseen power. The paranoia nearly drove him mad. It was like an avalanche of craziness from which he couldn't get away. Then came Jamie's heroin addiction, which nearly took his life. He almost went into a coma at his lowest moment, owing to the massive narcotics he had ingested. He might not have lived if it hadn't been for his friend, who stayed with him at the hospital for days before returning him to his dorm room. Jamie was scared of the dark at the time, and he talked to his friend every night to help him sleep. The words of his friend gave him hope that he would live. Jamie couldn't escape the effects of her extensive drug usage even after a year or two. He felt he'd never get over that gloomy time in his life. He realized that his drug addiction had left a lasting imprint in his system that nothing could ever remove. Though he survived, the memories stayed with him, haunting him day and night. What a dramatic story about Jamie Foxx's past and present. Jamie is still concerned about the disturbing flashbacks. Will they come back to bother him? Was his turbulent history finally catching up with him? His body was wrecked by the substance usage he was engaged with when he was only 18 years old. And even though he attempted to turn his life around and get rid of his addiction, the terrible consequences of the substances had already taken their toll on his body, leaving it disfigured. Jamie, on the other hand, is a warrior. He is surely everyone's favorite actor and an award-winning performer. Jamie Foxx is adored for his excellent acting and swoon-worthy beauty. But more than that, he is adored for his passion and devotion to his craft. So we can only hope that he will be able to overcome this calamitous episode as he has in the past. He has a lot to show the world, and he needs to continue to give us his ability and goodwill for many more years. Jamie's followers are horrified by his health crisis and are hoped that he recovers quickly. He's only 55 years old, and he still has a lot to offer the world. Respectfully, Jamie Foxx needs to get out of bed, one admirer remarked. I don't believe we can handle much more pain as a society. People would be pushed over the edge. Others believe that the secrecy surrounding his health is due to his substance abuse. A stroke can change your life forever, one individual wrote. The notion of anything being changed about Jamie Foxx makes me very sad. I pray. Life is difficult, but we're all rooting for Jamie Foxx. Thank you for taking the time to watch Red Drama. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications for more unique stuff from your favorite celebrities. See you later.